Indiana?
Leaving the truck at Performance for a month for some R&D work.
For your compound setup?
For the compound setup.
Hell yeah.
Turbos, a couple other things in there.
We got about, what, 12, 13-hour drive?
Depends. I mean, if roads stay perfect, I mean, right at 11 hours.
Right at 11. Not looking forward to the weather over there because it's like 0 degrees. But pretty excited to check out their facility and drop this truck off. They got what now?
In-house dyno.
Are we gonna dyno it while we're there? See the CB4?
We'll probably dyno it of how it sits and then dyno it after getting the new stuff on there.
Hell yeah.
Sadly, I'm still gonna be limited to one thing, and that's fuel, so it won't be that much of a difference right now, but it'll still be a good difference.
So how long are they gonna keep it?
Not sure yet. I mean, I'm planning on a few weeks.
A few weeks?
3-4 weeks in that ballpark.
All right.
I told them they could have it a month, so.
Almost Indiana bound. We gotta go back home though, because this guy left his wallet for a 22-hour trip, so we gotta head back. Classic.
Lovely.
Back to the gas station that we were just at about 45 minutes ago. Holden found his wallet. It was in my truck. So first stop, fuel station. We gotta fill up the diesel, and we also got Chance and Matthew tagging along. Once we drop this truck off, we are going to be riding back with them. So yeah, so we're both gonna be traveling 11 hours today. We gotta go in the gas station and get a couple of energy drinks. These guys have been here for about an hour already. Y'all been here for an hour already, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like they got their energy drink. Yeah, dude, it's already 11. About to go get some energy drinks or some snacks for the road for the next 11 hours. In case that is a cop.
Yeah.
You slow down, you slow down quick.
Still so quiet.
I know. It's not like my LOI. Sounds good though, but it's kind of cold outside.
Yeah.
First time driving this compound L5P while this guy was sleeping.
It was relaxing.
Yeah, I mean, he did drive like 4 hours through the night, so.
4 hours?
Yeah, it was about 4.5 hours through the night.
It was an 11-hour drive. I gave you the wheel when we had 3 hours and 30 minutes left.
All right, so whatever the math is, 6 hours. It was like, it's a 10-hour drive. Anyway.
Not after our stops.
That's true. Anyway, I've been driving this truck, and I gotta say the compound setup, one thing I did notice is like there is 0 turbo lag. This truck just goes. It's so freaking fast, and it almost feels like you're driving a really fast gas vehicle because you just don't feel the turbo lag that you would experience on a Duramax or on a diesel truck. But yeah, we're in Louisville, Kentucky right now, I think.
In half a mile, keep left to stay on I-65 North.
This has got to be Louisville, Kentucky. We don't even know where
I don't know we're in Kentucky. I know that much.
These roads are rough.
I feel like we're in South Carolina.
I know, right? Oh yeah. There's a sign, Indianapolis.
Keep left to stay on I-65 North.
5P.
Was that compounds?
Anything, dude. Like, only
really?
L5P I've been in stock. Not bad.
I mean, shoot, stock fuel. I mean,
Stock HP4, stock injectors.
stock turbo in the valley. I'm impressed. I mean, I was impressed with just how the 369 ran on stock fuel.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, we're running a low 12.3 in the quarter on stock injector, stock injection pump with a shitty 60 foot.
Truck with a compound over it, man.
No, I mean, I got a buddy. I say a buddy back. I mean, he's like an hour and a half from me, but I mean, I'm pretty good buddies with him. He's got an LML with a S480 over stock and a 10 mil pump with stock injectors. And even with the CP3 on his LML, the spoolability isn't even near the same, and the overall actual top end of the truck, like mine still pulls on.
Right.
On a stock injection pump.
That's insane, man. They camp this road.
This is my wife's truck.
This is?
Yeah.
Oh wow, cool.
We've had it for a little over 8 years now. And it spent the first probably 4.5 years at like 430 horse. I decided I'd use it to test turbos and stuff because I didn't like to drive my white truck in the winter.
Oh yeah.
So I had to get a belt tranny.
Yeah.
Fortunately, you start putting parts on it and it's a roller coaster. It just keeps going, keeps going. Next thing you know, you're daily driving 600 horse. The coolest part about this turbo compared to the old stage 2s,
yeah,
because this is a 63.5, is when you back to back them on the engine dyno, there's basically 20 horse more across the board, but the boost to drive is a lot closer than it used to be.
Wow.
So it gives a lot more torque instantly without having to smoke.
Yeah.
Most people, you put bigger injectors and stuff in there and they tend to be a little dirtier because it's hard to keep them efficient. But this turbo has definitely made a huge improvement in that.
Yeah, so this has got 100 over it and it's a 63 mil.
Yep.
And it's not as smoky as I thought it would be.
No. I'm a stickler for that. That drives me nuts. I can't not take that. Tune 4 makes 6.25, I think, or something like that.
So we're tuned 4 now?
This is tune 4.
So this is your Mexico.
Yeah. Yeah, New Mexico.
New Mexico.
It's still no smoke.
I know, that's incredible.
These traction bars, that's the worst part about it.
That looks fun.
Yeah, I wish I had sled right now. This is 4-wheel drive, so we don't have all the tires slipped.
Alright. Y'all ready?
Ready. Turn it up to tune 5.
Oh, tune 5. Oh, I bet this is a super fun daily driver.
Yeah. Surprised I don't get any tickets. Because I probably should.
Yeah.
about LMMs is you get past the converter slip threshold in the. Ooh,
Speaking of which,
morning, Austin. They won't lock, and I don't have a lockup switch. And that's the best part about this turbo.
Yeah.
Is you can do stupid shit like that, and there's no big smoke trail behind you.
yep, exactly.
Show that you were doing stupid stuff. Not that we would do that.
Yeah.
I want it to lock the converter because that's when it really pulls.
Looks like you got all the Banks gauges over there.
Yep. So right now, the weather's so good here, the DA is 0 or less than 0. So for every 1,000 cubic feet of air, we can make up to 673 horsepower right now.
Wow.
So the air quality is really good. The last couple of days, I've actually seen it hit 700, I think 706 is the most I've seen on the gauge. So for every 1,000 cubic feet of air we can ingest, we can make up to 700 horsepower.
Okay.
And when I did it on the dyno, this number here almost within like 5% matched my dyno number, which is, says the math works.
So do you personally like the gauges
Yeah.
from Banks better than Edge? Their screen?
Oh yeah, way better,
Yep.
way better. I have the air mouse on this, so it gives you all the atmosphere data.
Okay.
So with the air mouse and the factory gauges, sensors and stuff that are reading this, you can pull up your charge air density, the CFM for the motor, you put in the engine size and it knows for the RPM how much CFM the motor should be moving, and then it shows you the induction CFM, and at 600 and something horse on the dyno, I was moving 1,040 something CFM, which tells you there was actually a lot more power there to be had. But we were having issues with the BFG slipping on my dyno. The roller is worn out. I should have replaced it a few years ago, but it's hard to justify.
Right.
But yeah, I haven't really used the logging part of it much. I'd like to, it's hard to find all the time to do all that stuff.
Yeah, there's cops everywhere.
Yeah. But yeah, these things are phenomenal because with 2 gauges, there's 16 different things I can look at on them at the same time. Most of it's not stuff you're going to look at while you're going down the road, but it's nice to have it.
When you're testing stuff, right?
Yeah, when you're testing. That's what I like it for, is for the testing. So these 2 gauges combined with this one, you pretty much have every bit of information you could possibly want.
I was gonna say, those numbers mean nothing to me. Looking at it, I'm like, I have no idea what that is. Man, this thing's definitely like really fun.
Real torquey.
Yeah.
That's what I like about it. Me personally, guys would be like, oh, go big single, you know, all this stuff, which is great if you're just worried about making power up high in your RPM.
Right.
For a daily driver, I like it to drive like stock,
Yeah.
but have way more. I like to burn the tires.
Yeah. Drag slicks.
Yeah, the guy's like, oh, do a burnout. I was like, no, I start my burnouts usually at 40 plus. That's more impressive to me.
That's crazy.
My white truck, have you ever seen videos of it?
Yes.
When it had triples on it at 1,400 horse,
Wow.
you could be cruising at highway speed, drag the brake, build a little boost, and then just white,
Wow.
white smoke the tires.
What's it got on now?
Right now, it's back to, it's got a stock motor in it with a 68mm Duramax on it.
Okay.
So it makes about the same power as this one because it's a stock injector for now. That's the new turbo.
New turbo.
The new aero package. That's why we called it Aeromax. I've actually been working on this project for almost a year now.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
a lot of R&D into it. In fact, the first design one, wasn't happy with it. It worked great on the engine dyno. I put it in the truck, and then I had an issue with it. So we went back to the drawing board and said, hey, we need to change this, this, and this. Got got the new one, and of course I tested it on my truck, and it's not fun to change turbo. Like, it's not a fun job.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna blow this thing up on the engine dyno. That way it's 20 minutes to swap a turbo, and I don't have to, you know, lean over my truck for a bunch of hours trying to swap. And I put it through the absolute worst freaking durability test on there. I literally put it on a 770 horse tune, brought it up to 3,500 RPM, and held it at full power for a minute and a half, and used the dyno, and I pulled it down to like 1,800 RPM, back up to 36, and I did that sweep like 8 times for a minute and a half.
Wow.
And everything attached to it was glowing, and it didn't fail that time. So then that turbo is actually the one that's on my white truck.
Nice. Yeah, I love the way that sounds, that white truck.
It's it sounds different than this one because the white one has 5-inch straight pipe exhaust, and this is 4-inch, so
okay.
it's got a little different tone to it.
I love that 5-inch tone.
It's deep. This one sounds good, but it just doesn't have the same sound as that one. I don't know if I could justify buying another exhaust
Right,
just to get a little extra,
just to get that sound.
a little extra sound out of it. Plus, this is, try to keep it semi calm as far as the sound goes for daily driving. But yeah, just like sitting here at idle, it's showing charge air density is over 100% because it's moving quite a bit of air compared to the motor's pumping roughly 76, 75 CFM at idle here, but the induction is moving almost 85, give or take, CFM. So it's picking up a little bit more CFM, which is why it's so responsive.
Yeah.
And that's what gives it that instant throttle response, which is phenomenal. And here, you know, air temperature right now, 31 degrees outside. Going into the motor is 68 degrees, so that's mainly because we're sitting here, we're not moving. But you go down the road, and usually these two will stay pretty close the same. And as you go up in turbo size and stuff, this one here will actually go up quite a bit more. I had that issue with my triple setup when I was doing half-mile racing. I was actually seeing at the end of a half mile at 1,400 horse, I was seeing 260 degree air going into the motor after it was intercooled. So then I went through and changed the plumbing, up the pipe size from 3-inch to 3.5 inch, and that actually dropped my manifold air temperature down 100 degrees on that setup. So plumbing size matters. Guys want to say, no, it doesn't matter, blah, blah. It does matter when you're trying to make peak power. Like, if you want to sustain power and do it for a while, plumbing size matters.
Why are we here? Exactly. With Holden's truck.
Spice things up a little bit. I'm gonna upgrade the Valley Charger. Probably throw a little 488 over it. Get them ready for you know, 1,100 horse or so. So see what happens in a month or so. See if we can't make it happen.
I don't know. He's excited.
Oh yeah, majorly excited.
Some slicks showing up Monday for it.
Yeah, there is some drag radials that show up Monday for it.
So what do you think we're going to be making after the upgrades?
My personal opinion, I'm going to say, if it ain't going to make 800 alone on a stock HP4, it's going to be literally, I mean, single digits, probably right below 800 on the stock HP4. Get that. And it's going to be a wild game after that HP4 goes out. CP3 drops in.
That's when things get spicy.
Yeah, that's when things get real interesting.
Right now, I mean, it'll leave here with turbos capable to do, you know, 1,000 to 1,200, but until it gets the fuel, it'll be pretty tame until then.
Yeah, we'll have 100 overs in it. 100 overs, stock HP4 for right now.
So the turbo setup's going to be good for 1,000 over horsepower.
Easily, yeah. We've already done over 1,000 on our current VGT setup, so
good.
With what we have
now,
now,
that's 480.
With what we have now, bigger atmosphere, we should be all right.
So we'll just go ahead and claim this as 1,000 horsepower Duramax.
I wish.
Yeah, because I mean, I've seen people.
And after this week, it'd be worth 1,000 horse. Change out that stock Valley Charger.
Be one part away from it, literally.
About 9, right? 8 injectors in the pump. You can fill with oil when you pull it off.
What did you say you poured it out?
You're a turbo mechanic now, huh?
Too.
Tell me everything you know about that turbo.
It's big.
It's big. That's all you need to know. Just a big turbo.
She'll make some horsepower.
Make some ponies. You take one.
You get one.
Will you take one? You take the big turbo.
That one's already mine.
Oh, that was already yours? Well, take it.
One, no,
Take it regardless.
That's going in.
Yeah,
That's the one that's going in the truck.
It is because it's put it in your pocket.
I can't fit them on.
What are y'all arguing? So that's a stock
This is a stock one for L5P. He's saying that one is.
This is a stock one.
All right, what are we betting on?
This is the stock one.
Loser has to drink this.
This is a stock one.
This is right.
All right, we're gonna find out.
Hey.
Put yours over there. Put yours over there.
Here, we'll put them next to
right here.
We'll put them next to each other.
No.
All right.
Just go right here.
That's the stock L5P. That's the replacement.
But Holden says that's the stock and that's the replacement. Oh, that's the replacement. And that's the stock.
One of these is a
Oh,
replacement.
wait, actually, no, man.
That's the stock one.
Oh, now he's double thinking.
This is the stock one.
That's the stock one.
He's still saying that's the stock one.
They don't come stock with a 10 blade Holden. Is this or is this not a stock L5P turbine?
Ooh.
Oh.
Boom. So you're walking home.
Yeah. Shit. You get right in the trunk.
More room for me. Got a couple of goodies. This is for my 2020 Duramax, so stay tuned. And they gave us fuel additive to just try out.
This thing's got to have GPS on the dash.
Yeah,
Maybe.
Apple.
Oh, it's got Apple.
Oh, it's got Apple?
All right.
All right, leaving. 10-hour drive back home.
Boy, I've been driving this comfy as shit.
Is it?
Oh yeah, dude. I like it. Matt don't like it. Matt don't like it.